Nature's farm versus the human farm. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. Rethinking reality. The human farm versus nature's farm, or nature's farm versus the human farm. Either way, do you live in a farm? Of course you do. Remember, if you live in the city, that's called the human farm. The closer you get to the density of population, the more you will see the farm, at least the artificial farm. And the further you get out in nature or in the country, the more you will see nature's farm. And nature's farm, of course, is in a variety of different themes. Could be the desert, could be the tropical rainforest, could be the highlands, could be coastal. And of course the human farm, used to be the nature's farm, but the humans stole that away or divorced nature from that piece of land and turned it into the human farm. The human farm, of course, feeds us, it waters us, it takes care of our trash, it gives us opportunity to be able to, most people say, chase your tail in circles and maybe try to find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which of course you find out there never is, right? The leprechaun story. How about the money story? Remember, there is no money, is there? Think about it. Is there money? Is it tied to anything? No, of course, we all know this. So it's not really money, so let's call it what it is. It's really, no matter even if it's an American currency, it's all cryptocurrency. Why is that? Why is the money you have in your pocket right now cryptocurrency? Well, it's because, right? It's paper, plastic, or numbers. So the human farm, of course, makes up this type of agreement that all of us go to school to sometimes learn how to do some service, learn how to increase maybe technology. I would say not increase it, but learn how to maintain it or service it. So remember, the system goes deep. The human farm is sort of like a silent assimilation program. The more technology you get, the more technocracy it becomes. And you got to really look and see, can church live with state? Well, can humans live with nature? Church has, of course, resolved itself from state, right? Or state's resolved itself from church, either way. And you've got yourself, now humans are being divorced from nature. No, nature is divorcing humans, right? Maybe. So whatever it is, remember, the human farm versus nature's farm. Let's get into this now. The human farm, remember, is a reality, just like in the Matrix. It's a reality of software programs that we learn how to deal with a little at a time. Remember, like 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, a little faster, a little quicker, and maybe a little smarter. And sometimes for most people, makes them a little stupider. Remember, the silent assimilation, human reality, takes you away from nature, which of course is the only true reality that we know. The only true reality. Think of it. Is the human reality real? Well, it is, but do they have the ability to be able to have an intact software program as a bird, a bee, a whale, a snail, or just a seed, or anything that has a program that doesn't need to, learn? Do you think a bird learns how to, feed its children, what to feed it, how to make a nest, how to mate, what to do when it's cold, what to do when, remember, they're programs. Just like in the Matrix, everything has a program. Even that crow, even that parasite has a program. And the deepest program of the nature world is survival. And humans right now are pushing nature to the brink of survival with all of this solar shield, changing the weather, spraying whatever's being sprayed, all the different types of frequencies. We all know the types, right? Okay, they can check radar, NexRad, all different types of frequencies, wireless, cell phone towers, anything that basically flies through the air. Then you've got yourself the electrical grid pattern, and that's really your jail sentence, is because remember, we have to go to school to make a ledger so we can put more numbers in the bank, not money, and we could have a balance at the end of the month and make sure we have a little more numbers than we put in. It's not money. So the human farm, remember, is a very smart farm. Personally, well, it can't be human because, well, no one would treat the animals this way. If you're a good shepherd, if you're a good farmer of the dell, and remember, we're being farmed, then maybe the good shepherd would take care of its children much better. The human race, and of course, whatever's connected to this place we live on. Remember, the reality that what we've been told is a lot of story. Here's a good reality. I'm in Hawaii, and I'm on the side of the sphere that we're supposed to live on, right? Nobody knows. But I just want you to say, what do you think about this reality? I'm in Hawaii, and I'm on my way to Hilo, and I'm looking right now at a cruise line in the harbor, and it's sideways. I'm driving sideways. The telephone poles that are up and down this highway are all going sideways. The trees are going sideways. Even that twig, that butterfly. Really? Again, do your senses see this truth? Your senses have been told this truth, but your sensors say that it is not true. How about let's go to Australia and see if we could, I don't know, drive upside down. Anyways, remember, the human farm's got lots of stories. It's got lots of religious stories, and you can learn a lot from these stories. Don't kill for them, but you can learn a lot. Remember, we're all being breathed by something. That's this invisible mystery that is like the biggest question, just like in the Matrix, the biggest question that your mind always asks itself. Not only what the Matrix is, but what the hell or heaven is breathing. Not only me, but everything breathing me. Okay, I wasn't breathing a minute ago, but now I'm breathing, and of course I'm separating my consciousness to be able to even realize that fact, because I have a neonatal cortex, and a bird and a bee and a whale and a snail, well, they don't have that ability to have this type of function as so-called humans. So I can not be the fish, but if I am the fish, I could never ask myself, am I swimming in water? It doesn't even know it's swimming. You think the bird knows it's flying? Okay, it knows it can do that, but it can't make a realization, okay, of what is what you'd call weigh and measure that we can. You see, I know that I don't breathe. The bird has never even realized this truth. It doesn't even ask what breathes me. It can't. It's out of its program. The fish in the ocean, remember, they're called the second dimension. And I'm just driving by this huge ocean, remember, and it's all being held in by a mysterious theory. A lot of theories. Remember, they're not facts, they're theories. They're all theories. Remember, the theory of the heart, the theory of the kidney, the theory of a blade of grass. This is truly a mystery place, and no one really knows that much. The only things we really know in the human farm is the experiences of what we have, what we see, what we are told, and what we hear. That's usually what the most, as you could say, best part of the human farm is. It's got a lot of story. It's got a lot of drama for your mama, doesn't it? It's got a lot of people that have neocortexes activated, and, well, the majority that do not. They cannot weigh and measure any reality of logic or reason. Remember, there's 100 million obese people, and some of them do have endocrine problems and such, but most people that are obese is only because you eat because you know happy. Now you are toxic, and now you either do something about it or you suffer the consequences in the future. If you think being 30 pounds plus overweight is healthy for you, then I think it's good for you, okay? That you think that is because it doesn't hurt your mind. But if you take an authentic look and actually really do a fast and get your head clear a little bit and give yourself some potentials in the future that you may want to gravitate towards. Remember, the human farm doesn't want to give you anything that's going to give you sort of a release out of the farm. And in fact, remember, the farm, well, doesn't even have any walls. It's a good farm, doesn't it, compared to, well, the farms that sheep live in or maybe cows live in. And the more you lose your rights, the smaller your cell gets, the smaller your, well, your realm gets. So if you live in California, of course, that's boundaried by maybe Arizona, maybe Nevada. Then you got Colorado. They're each separate boundaries. Then you've got Canada. You've got a separate place over there, another human farm. Each farm teaches its people how to speak certain languages, accents, Texans, back east, okay? I don't even want to say any of the accents. Why? You're making fun of people. I am not making fun of anybody. Everybody's got a different tongue, and what a beautiful thing. Everybody speaks a little different and has a separate vibrational, unique, you can call SIM card that's just for you. So anyways, the Nature's Farm has a fully complete, real complex. Means that all things that live in the human, or the Nature's Farm, has a fully intact software program. Means they don't have to go to school for anything. They don't really believe in anything. They learn things, of course they do, but they're programmed to be able to do as they do, speak as they do telepathically between each species, okay? That's why you see finches and maybe sparrows that look the same and they're about the same size, but they don't have babies together. Maybe that's why a pineapple and a papaya, they don't have babies either. Maybe they're separate intelligences. Maybe it's not just the Big Bang Theory that's a problem. Maybe it's the intelligent design that's a problem because nobody knows how a banana's made, a black marlin, or, well, even a rat. Or how about the demons like the parasites? Remember, Nature's Farm has all the bounty that you need in the farm. You have all the nutritional, medicinal, okay, and all the pharmacological things that you will need in the Nature Farm. And that's, of course, a wild farm. You can have a farm, too, in nature, let's say, that's encapsulating other parts of nature. And now that's a farm within a farm. Just like the United States has, well, let's say 50 different farms, okay, separate boundaried farms in this big farm, okay? Same as Canada or same as Europe, United Kingdom. They're separate little places that all have different ways that they see reality for what it is. So anyways, Nature's Farm can only be really seen unless you really go out in nature and see the beauty of the chaos of nature. It doesn't put trees in lines. It doesn't, well, put rivers that are straight. It doesn't have any types of ugly looking wires draping from its from the wood that you see on a telephone pole that was stolen from nature. So human technology, okay, is basically mostly destructive. It does create some really cool things, but as you can see, it doesn't give a shite about nature. It doesn't care about the birds, the bees, the whales, the snails. It doesn't care about the second dimension, Neptune's world. It doesn't care about the terrestrial plane and all things that live here. Remember, we don't own this place, as the Indians say. A little bit of a rant, but it's what it is. We don't own this place, and when you wake up, you find out that we're just here as guests on this beautiful farm. And how you make, well, the farm either better or worse is up to you. But all I can tell you is, look at these guys, beautiful. The ocean right now is flat as a pancake. They're out there windsurfing. Not windsurfing, but canoeing, paddleboarding. So anyways, try to get out into Nature's Farm, and if you can, you may want to see if you can, I don't know, eat some of nature's plants. Remember, the entheogens are part of waking up. An entheogen, or entheogen biologist, or ethnobiology, okay? And theobiology is something very sacred because you're going to study the sacred plants, the ones that have, well, spiritual value. And some of these plants will help you beyond your wildest dreams. But, again, it'll only let you see the human farm for what it is. You see, if you don't see the farm, it's only because maybe the farm has you, just like in the Matrix. The Matrix has you. You love the farm, and in fact, you can't stand nature. You don't understand its chaos and disorganization. You'd rather be in Central Park and, of course, see the organization of how people have made this farm a little more organized for your organized mind, which, of course, to nature is totally disorganized. We tried, I'm just going in a parking lot now, all the lot lines are organized. I see people walking in straight lines. All these buildings are straight, okay? Everything here in this place has a corner. Okay? Everything that has been made by man, well, you can tell really easy. It's a beautiful thing, though. I'm not complaining about it. It's just that, remember, we live with nature. We live with nature. Nature does not live with us, as you can see. And all I can tell you is that we, as a species, need to see that this plane we live on is an intelligently super designed, unknowable place. So instead of calling it planet Earth, why don't you call it planet mystery, the mystery planet, the mystery place, this realm, this farm. How big is it? I don't know. Nobody knows. How many people live on this place? Nobody knows. What kind of history is, well, is it his story or is it her story? How much history, his story, is real, especially if you check into history. You find out that a lot of things have a lot of good story to them. And stories, remember, are really good until you're wanting to wake up, and then you're going to want to look into the stories and find out that those are just allegorical stories. And you learned a lot still from it. Remember the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, Twinkle, Twinkle Dee, all these little childhood fairies, childhood ideas, okay? Yeah, you believed at one time a lot of things. You believed a lot of things. So anyways, just want to go ahead and say, get out in nature, guys. Do yourself a fast. Watch the videos that we have on detoxification. Is because, let me undo this thing here. There we go. Is because in order to catch up in this world here, we have to figure out that if you want to do some good in this place, then you're going to have to do yourself some good. And I've done videos for 10 years. Yeah, we got millions of views, a couple million minutes a month of people watching videos. But I'm looking in the city now, and all I see is a lot of dysfunction and sickness. And I'm talking to people. I'm just talking to people. And everyone can clean their act up somewhat. Just because you live in a crappy house or just in, I don't care if it's a tent, then it should be as clean as it could be for the circumstances and dynamics that you have to deal with. Because if it's dirty, that means that this is dirty. So look in your car and just check it out. Look and see if someone looked at your car to buy it, would they want to buy it? Why? Because if they look in your car and it looks like it's not taken care of, then they know you didn't change the oil. They know that you're sort of a puerco. Un puerco, okay? Con unos cabezas no tiene buenos sesos. So, anyways, think about your life as somebody's watching you right now. They're watching you. Just like in the Matrix. They're watching you, Neo. Remember, this dream machine, and we've talked about this on many videos, is an incredible machine. Rethinking reality. How do I do this? I dream this machine. through my mind avatar to the body avatar, and the body avatar cannot live without the mind avatar. End of story. The body, of course, is alive, only animated by what the mind avatar lets its connection be. And you can connect more into the mind avatar. You can clean up the body. You can repair, reset, renew, and rebuild this machine. It can be rebuilt. So I'm changing my diet right now, and I'll go into that with you later, only because I was falling apart in many ways. And I'll go through this with you, but I'm stepping up to what, well, my body's calling for and what it needs. And remember, I want to do the best, not only for me, but what's best for this realm. And I know since I'm doing a lot of good, then I need to stay healthy. And whatever it takes for me to be able to keep my machine dreaming, I'm going to need to do. It's if you're, and we'll get into this deeply, but if you're, as Kissinger would say, a worthless food eater, and a definition of pretty much a worthless food eater is, do you add anything to the realm here? Do you add anything to this place? Are you just a taker? Do you giveth, or do you just receiveth? Or do you taketh? Remember, do you add anything back to the food that you take? Do you add anything back to anything that you do? Think about it. Remember, the human farm doesn't teach us these types of etiquette things to this other spirit that you can call Gaia. And Gaia, of course, is a beautiful spirit. That's the earth. And Sophia, as you can call, is the forest spirit. And all of her creatures that she gives the sanctuary to are her children. And the world that we call Neptune's world is that ocean over there. And all things that live in that ocean, most all things, 99% of them, are called the replicators. And you can call them the reptiles of the ocean. And they replicate like crazy. And they're supposed to feed the world. Neptune's nest is a nest of replicators, clones. One sardine moves, they all move in tandem. You take one, doesn't matter. All are clones, all are one, just like the Borg. This dimension, the third dimension, I'm just getting on 23 minutes, and just want to tighten this up. Remember, the human farm doesn't want to tell you these truths, this intelligent design. This place has a plan. If you want to study and comprehend nature, it does have a plan. Nature has a plan for us to live with her, okay, because she is a she, because she does provide. Yeah, she does. Okay, she's nurturing, she's caring, she's loving. And of course, if that is our Mother Earth, then we have been demonic little children, cutting her trees down, killing her children, of her sister spirits, Sophia, the forest, okay, Neptune, the water. Then you got earth, water, fire, air, ether, all separate different fractals of this realm. That's why no one can understand it, is because it's so deep. Multi-dimensional, multi-fractional is the game. So multi-dimensional, multi-fractional is really simple, is because when you understand that truth, then you know that your perceptions will change as your connections are enhanced. And your awareness will be shunted and thwarted, tied back, and shackled. Okay, as the translation of religion, if you go to Latin. And if you haven't heard of Mark Passio's videos, look him up, Mark Passio, P-A-S-S-I-O. He's got a lot of good videos on his perceptions. Okay, and it should maybe give you an idea, a concept maybe, or a further research discipline to look into this reality, this place. So anyways, stay out in nature as long as you can. And just look at the genius between each plant, everything you see flying in the air. The wind that's silent, that only makes noise, that it goes through the trees. The wind is silent. It's a silent spirit, as the sun is a silent spirit. You can feel it, but you can't see it. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, everything's a mystery. When you eat food, remember it has to go through 75,000 miles of hose through this cyborg. This cyborg, what is it? Okay, what is this thing? It's a machine, and it is organic. So quit putting chemicals inside it. It's organic. And organic would mean if you wanted to keep your body organic, then that means you would take out all the inorganic crap, all the chemicals, the synthetics, the plastic, the particulates of things that should not be in your church. So watch the other videos that we have just to give you some ideas, maybe of some possibilities. Maybe you won't not do it because possibility means less than 50%. And maybe it's a probability that you will go ahead and look into this, and that's better than 51%. And I would say just learning some of the eartheracademy.com protocols, practices, and principles we call terrain modification will change your life if you want it to, just like in the Matrix, if you want it to. It's looking for you if you want it to. It's right there. And if you can't find it, then, well, I want you to look into it. Because in time, remember, we all get sick. Yes, we do. Okay? We all become dysfunctional. We all become slower, simpler, and that's right, I'll say stupider too. It's because the spell is very strong in this system that we call, well, sacred. A lot of S's again. So stay away from the sin, the sorrow, the sadness, the sacrifice. Okay? Give it a break. Give it a rest. So anyways, guys, it's up to you to take charge of your world. I can't help you. Okay, like Morpheus can take you to the door, but you got to open it up. You got to open it up, man. And once you get in there, guys, don't get scared. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this new doorway. And if there's a lot of stuff there, then again, what a beautiful thing. Feel like you got a new life. Why? It's because maybe life is supposed to be special. It's supposed to feel like every day is a new day. And if it doesn't feel that way, guys, all I can say is let's get it so you can feel that way. Yeah? Okay, just to let you look here. Beautiful. The human farm of Hilo. And it is beautiful. You know why? Because there's not too many of the humans here on this farm. There's only 800 people per square mile here. And in Los Angeles, remember, watch our videos. Population density on RF frequencies. I take a trip to Hilo, so you can go ahead and see. Remember, Los Angeles has 8,000 people per square mile. Southern California has 21 million people, but break it down. Where do they live? Orange County, 17,000 people. Look how many people live in New York. I won't even tell you. It's the most compacted place there is per square mile. So anyways, guys, that's the human farm. That is the strongest spell of the farm. The more population density you have, the stronger the farm has to be controlled silently and covertly. You won't smell it, you won't feel it, you won't hear it, and you won't even sense it, is because it's silent assimilation. Okay, that's it. We gotta go. All right.